It's me, Pretty Pink Pommy. Okay. Okay. Get into it. Okay. Hey, who said DBD? Hey, y'all. Thank you for showing up to the stream. I appreciate you. Shout out to the icons of the day. Pickled Baby Beats, who also resubbed. Thank you for the resub for 19 months at tier 1, 20 months. Is that 20 months consecutively? I don't think it says that. Sometimes it says, I think, but I don't think it says it right now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much either way, Pickled. I appreciate you. Shout out to the icon, Andelise. Andelise is always an icon. At this point, Annalise has been to so many streams. They're part of the furniture girl, as they say. Shout out to Milo Tick as well, aka Daniel. Shout out to the Vapor Rub girlies, because I'm huffing Vapor Rub right now. You want to hear me sniff it? Thank you. We're doing a vibe schedule this week because I don't really feel like fucking making a stream schedule. But if I did make a stream schedule, it would have that really cutesy little fan art that Hira made for me in the fan art channel in the Discord. Y'all need to go check that out. If you're not already in the Discord, you need to go join the Discord. You need to go look at that fucking fan art channel because bitches be making good ass fan art, and y'all aren't bitches in a bitch way, but y'all are bitches in a cool bitch way. Okay, thank you. In a gender neutral, I appreciate you kind of bitch way. Anyway, hey y'all. Hi Mixed Baddie. Hi Vampire Bats. Hi Pickled. Hi Milotic. Hi Moss. Hi Andalise. Hi V. I hope you have a good day at work, V. If you're still here, you're an icon, V. Thank you. Hi Kira. Did I say Kira? Kira, you made that iconic ass thing. Did I say your name? Thank you for making the iconic fan art because Kira, you're an icon. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's why you have an artist sticker. Shout out to everybody else too. Y'all are so real. I didn't update the freaking channel, the freaking stream thing. What did? I'm sick. I had a whole thing planned out. It's okay. I didn't update the freaking name of the stream until right now. It said, "Let's go Indigo Plateau." I'm sick to my stomach. Like, do you want me to make a stream schedule for you? Right, and it's gonna say what it's gonna say. What is Pretty Pink Pommy doing this week? And it's gonna be a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. What am I gonna do this week? Y'all want to know what my stream schedule is? Monday, I do what I want. Tuesday, I do what I want. Wednesday, I do what I want. Thursday, I do what I want. Friday, I do what I want. Saturday, I do what I want. Sunday, I do what I want. Monday, I do what I want. Tuesday, I do what I want. Wednesday, I do what I want. Like, to me, I like the idea of making a stream schedule because it communicates to y'all that there's a plan, but there's not a plan. And I don't want to make a plan because last week I made a plan and I made the plan in front of y'all and I wasn't committed to it. And that's not a problem because I don't actually need to be committed to the stream schedule, but I'm tired. I don't fucking feel like making a stream schedule. The stream schedule is fun and I do think that y'all enjoy it, especially when they're visually stunning. And it was visually stunning because of Kira's influence as well, not just because of my expert fucking collage skills and fucking Canva. But I don't feel like making that shit right now. You know what I want to do right now? Y'all know what I want to do right now? Play some Pokopia. And that's what we finna do. I finna be in the pits. I am iconic by mistake. No, you're going to have enough hours you have to sleep where you live on my stream schedule. Thank you. I appreciate that. Harder. Y'all, so yesterday, I don't know what got stuck in my craw, but yesterday I got something stuck in my craw and I got up on Pokopia and I doubled the size of the Frutiger Aero building. And I'm gonna show y'all that today. I think Milotic specifically is gonna like it. All the boily pops are gonna like it. And if you're not boily pop, that's okay. You don't have to be a boy to be boily pop. In my head canon, I think they're pretty peach Pichu is boily pop, but we're not gonna get into it too much. Anyway, let's get into the stream. No, I've been seeing a lot of Pokopia TikToks recently because I've been playing Pokopia. Helen, it's like, are you breakfast to dinner? I am iconic by mistake. I am iconic by mistake. Leave a 2 in the chat if you're iconic by mistake. I can't leave a 2 in the chat because I'm not iconic by mistake. I'm iconic. I'm iconic on purpose in this instance. Actually, the shit that I do, I'm a very, like, fun fact. If you didn't know this about me, I'm a Scorpio sun. Scorpios are known to be relatively calculated. And it's oftentimes, especially with Scorpios, if you really want to know, a lot of people say that Scorpios are calculated in the sense that, like, you're gonna know what they're planning and you're gonna know what they're doing and that they planned it when they do it. And that is true about me too. Since the last time y'all saw me play Pokopia, I built a house for myself in the Sparkling Skylands. I put a building up in the Sparkling Skylands on the residential side. I'm going to be moving in Vulpix and Ninetales into one of those levels and probably another Pokemon into another level. I went to the Bleak Beach. I doubled the size of the Frutiger Aero building. I went to the Dev Island and finally got myself all of the berry things, so that way we can keep working on the Dirty Bubble building. Because the only reason I couldn't work on the Dirty Bubble building is because because the Dirty Bubble building needed brown paint. I needed to paint some things brown to make it work, and I didn't have brown paint. But I do have Gudra now in my thing. I spawned Gudra. She's living on the farm in the back of Bleak Beach right now with Gumi and Sliggoo until their house is ready. So we're probably going to be working on that after I show you the Dirty Bubble building. After I'll show y'all the Dirty Bubble building. Right. I don't think there's anything else to tell y'all right now. I do have one of the Tatsugiris. Y'all saw me starting for the Tatsugiris. I have the orange one, and now I have the yellow one. We're also waiting for Voltorb. I also set up an environment for Palmot, because I already have Palmy and Palmo living at the cafe in the Bleak Beach, but now we're gonna have Palmot too. So prepare yourself for all of those installments. I am going to be posting this VOD, so you should say hello to everybody who watches the VODs for the Pokemon Pokopia streams. And when I say everybody, I mean like probably 1 or 2 people every now and then. Thank you. Hello, everyone. We live in reality, no shade. When I'm iconic by mistake, it's usually because I have egg on my face. Right. And I bet you enjoy having egg on your face. Right. A Pokemon is the talk of the town. Can I help you? When a big bitch is in your ear, oh my god. Tangela! Notice how I only have 80 coins right now? Y'all, look! I am iconic by mistake! Hey, I really like this place. Hey, nice to meet you. It's super peaceful around here, isn't it? I saw a bunch of other places that were kind of sketchy, but this place looks nice and safe. Like nobody's gonna get hurt here. Whew, feeling safe has me kind of sleepy. I guess I'll take it easy for a bit in my new home. Number 144, Palmot, the hands-on Pokemon. Palmot's fluffy fur acts as a battery. It can store the same amount of electricity as an electric car. Palmot, the hands-on Pokemon. Wall-mounted table. Oh, I needed that for real. Say hello to your new mother. I'm not taking favors at this time, Pommy. Thank you. Oh, the way she's locked in, she went right up into their house. She was like, what they got going on up in here? Kapamo and Pommy live in that room. So I actually do have plans before we get into the rest of it, because we were just like kind of getting a little distracted for this building right here, actually. So long story short, I do think that I might want to make like some kind of Muscle Beach moment over here, but I do have plans to build this up as well. I would like this to be at least 2 stories, and on the second story is probably where Palma and Pommy and Pomo are going to live. I don't know exactly what I want it to look like or what I want it to feel like, but that's just the vibe for right now. I don't know. Maybe we'll move Pikachu on the bottom level. Who the hell knows? Nobody's selling anything at Meow's place, but the music is bumping over here, girl. That's how you know it's serious out here. Let me check the cameras before we move on, now that we have Pomo. So no Voltorb and no Tatsugiri. This is the, okay, so here's where the orange one lives, here's where the yellow one lives, and here's where nobody lives right now. Nobody! Nobody, nobody, nobody! There's the building for Charjabug, which, by the way, Mareep and Flaffy live in that building, but I got plans to move them somewhere else. And now here is the new and improved Frutiger Aero building. So you notice I have changed the actual texture of the building, and how I did that was by changing the types of blocks that we use. There's marble in a lot of places on the walls. Where there's not marble, there's a simple tile, and then there's still some of these places where it's simple flooring, but it's not all simple flooring anymore. It used to all just be one simple flooring. Just to kind of refresh you on what the build looked like, what some of the older parts of the build looks like. We have the bottom level. Right now, Psyduck and Golduck live down here, and Golduck is working part-time as the superintendent, while Psyduck works part-time as the, what is it called? The desk girl. She works as a desk girl. Hi, Van Slam. And so, like, it was very Frutiger Aero in here. There's plants, there's, like, things, there's furniture. This is kind of the foyer lobby, but they also live down here. This is the main public hot spring space for the area. I put grasses on the bottom of it because I thought the grass was really interesting to look at, and it does contribute to the Frutiger Aero vibe, especially the darker grass. All of the tile and all of the thing. I also changed the ceiling. This is also the floor for the next level, but I changed the ceiling because I thought the ceiling was really more interesting. It adds a lot of visual interest, changing all the textures and playing around with it a little bit. I don't know if I'm committed to what I've done, but I do like what I've done, so we're sticking with it for right now. I did put some extra crystals in here, but mostly this area stayed about the same. I also put down this rug. I really like this rug. So we're moving onward. Now onward and upward. So originally how it was actually set up was you were supposed to go into this waterfall right here and go upward to this level, which takes you into Empoleon's room. This is Empoleon's area, Empoleon's room, and Empoleon's space. Not much has changed in Empoleon's space. We have added some more greenery in certain parts of the building and things like that. The textures of the walls obviously have changed, and also I changed up a little bit of the fencing, but I also changed up the bed. This is the luxury bed that's been painted. I thought this fit Empoleon's space a lot more. And the reason why I actually even made this new bed for Empoleon, I also put this clock up, but who cares about the clock? I am gonna move this clock over because I meant to do that last night and I didn't. I want this clock to be right here. Nobody! Nobody, nobody, nobody! So, as you can see here, we just saw one of the new residents to the area. This is Pip. That was Piplup. So we can start back from the bottom, and we will go to the top in the future. But right now we're on the second level, so we're just going to talk about the first level and how it leads up to the second level. So now we have an indoor garden area for the Frutiger Aero building. I really do love this little indoor garden space. I do think I might want to add a few more flowers. I thought there were going to be more flowers than there are, but there's only like 1 or 2 flowers, and they're over here. It's whatever. It's casual. It's cute. It's cutesy to me. I'm really enjoying this space. It's really fun. There's grasses. There's duckweed. There's a raspberry tree right here, which goes right along with the Frutiger Aero vibe. It's very futuristic, and I think that in a future where we would be having all this kind of technological advancement, we would still have to create spaces where we are going to be having like a relationship to nature, and so it would make sense that we have certain ecological spaces where we are just hanging out in nature with trees and plants. So the oxygen is very rich here, and it's almost kind of like an oxygen bath in a sense. Also, if we were going to be living in a futuristic environment where we had to focus on technology when it comes to living spaces in the way that we would in a Frutiger Aero instance, this would also probably ventilate some of the fresh oxygen that is made from all these plants into other parts of the building. And it's a health and wellness spa in that sense, right? So then from there, on top of that, there are, as you see, there are 2 or 3 waterfalls coming out from the bottom here. And we can literally take these waterfalls upward. This waterfall takes you up to the 2nd level, just like the other one does. And then we can go inside here, and this is the new bedroom space that I made for Piplup and Primplup to live in the Frutiger Aero building! And this, I love it. So I used ice for the ceilings. We have the simple tile. We have simple flooring as like part of the window treatment. We have waterfalls running down here that are actually supposed to be referencing the waterfall that Piplup previously lived at in the Bleak Beach area. All of that is going on in this room. They have a little computer desk set up in here. They are living in this space, and this is one of the very few enclosed spaces in the Frutiger Aero building at all. The other other 2 enclosed spaces are also this garden down here, and as well as there is this rooftop garden up here that we will be looking at in a moment. This is wide open spaces, which I thought was very appropriate because it's very luxurious to say, if as an Empoleon, as an adult individual, that I have a bedroom and my bedroom has wide open windows. It is open concept, which means I don't have to worry about getting bug bites, and if I get bug bites, then I'm going to have the healthcare to take care of it. Like, Empoleon is rich, so Empoleon don't care about all that, but Empoleon does care about their children and also their relatives and whatever else you would call Primplup and Piplup, because right now I'm not going to give them a headcanon. And so they have this little gaming space and little space to hang out and do things in here, and they really like it. Although last night when I put them in here, they immediately went downstairs down to this little waterfall right here, and they both slept under this tree. Don't ask me any questions. I'm not even forcing them to sleep in their bed. I don't care. So from here, the only other building, as you notice, there aren't any stairs in this building at all, and there's also no elevator because the elevators are ugly as shit. So from here, we have the previously well-known space that was Pelipper and Pelipper Delivery, and also Wingle's space, and they live up here. The concept of having running water a foot or 2 from your bed, you have to keep in context though that that bedroom also has ice on both the top and the bottom of the room. There's ice on the top of Empoleon's room. There's ice on the top of Primplup and Piplup's rooms. So up here we have Pelipper and Wingle living here. Pelipper Delivery! And Wingle and Pelipper live up here. You can only access this room by flying or floating up to it, and so normally you will not see any other individuals living up here or staying up here. I feel like in the future when we move Wattrel and Kilowattrel out here that they will be spending time up here, but right now it's just these 2. Honestly, this room hasn't changed. I did change the flooring a little bit, but besides that, nothing else has really happened except for me adding this aesthetic white window here. However, what I did add on, since they were living on the top floor and I wanted to add a space where I could store all my berries, since I now have access to all 6 of the different types of berry trees that we have in the game, I put them all into this area, and we have them, it's kind of like a little mini orchard. I'm not in love with the way that it looks, but it is an enclosed space. I might make it a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, a little bit wider, so that way we can actually like create space for all of the different types of all the different trees that we have in here. But they are in here in case they ever need to access any of the individual types of berries that we have in the game. That is the safe space for all of those berries to sit. Now, with that being said, this is the back of the building. Can we get a round of applause for the back of the building? And you can see one of the residents here is Pelipper. And if you go to the front, and here's the side of the building. Can we get a round of applause for the side of the building? And here's the front of the building, and it is kind of tight and up close and personal with the Dirty Bubble building, but who cares? And here's the front of the building. Can we get a round of applause for the front of the building? Good luck on your training, V. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I hope you have a good time. And even if you don't, I hope you have a good rest after the fact. If you can see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Right. So there it is. Now the Frutiger Aero building is housing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Pokemon. It houses 8 Pokemon. It touts 2 indoor garden spaces. 2 multiple water pools, baths, multiple waterfalls, and also a hot spring on the front entrance, near the front entrance. That is the entire build for right now. I added some vines, I added some textures, and we did some things to make it a little bit bigger, better, and beautiful. I really enjoy this build. I enjoyed making this build, and I'm going to enjoy entertaining this build in the future. I'm probably not going to continue to build this up for more than I already have, because I've already spent a lot of time on this build, a lot of thoughts on this build, and a lot of energy on this build, and I want to move on to other projects. However, what I might do, or plans that I might have for the future, do include expanding this little area with the trees in specific, but right now I kind of like the vibe of it. But I would like to expand this little orchard that we have going on up here. Also, I do want you to know that they are still doing the hydroponics in the basement, but I do not have access to the basement, similarly to how most Pokemon don't have access to the 2nd or 3rd floors unless they live up there. So, like, for example, only water-type Pokemon that are known to be able to swim can get to the 2nd floor at all. Only Pokemon that are known to fly can get to the 3rd floor at all. That is just the way that the building is made. I am not going to be adding any stairs. Anyway, we're moving on. So as you can see in the distance, we do have the very large and in charge, as the fan dubbed, as they say, Chargebug building. The materials that I extracted from the Frutiger Aero building, as I've changed out the materials that it was originally made of, are going to be used to actually expand the Chargebug building once more. However, we do need to move some of the Pokemon who are planning to live in this building into this building, and that includes, but is not limited to, Pikachu, Raichu, Raikou, the Chargebug line, etc. There are multiple Pokemon that are going to be living here. I also might create a space for Wattrel and Kilowattrel to live here as well, because a lot of those Pokemon are going to be living in this area anyway, so it would make sense for them to live in this building. I personally do not believe that Mareep and Flaffy are going to be staying here for the long term, because Mareep and Flaffy, while they are great Pokemon, are actually planning to be moved into the up-and-coming new development that is going to be happening at the closure of the at the public opening of the Dirty Bubble building. We're actually going to be building the cutie building, the cutie pie building. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we're going to be building a building right here where Happiny and Minccino and Cinccino live. After we move Happiny to the Withered Wasteland, Minccino and Cinccino are also going to the Sparkling Skylands. There also is a plan for me to move, because I don't really like this tunnel being right where the Frutiger Aero building is. I do plan to move this tunnel over probably a good 6 blocks from where it currently sits, so that way we can reorganize this space and make it into what we want it to be. Now, with that being said, here's all of my all of my diverse berry trees anyway. I now have lum trees out here, which has allowed for me to have green paint, which is going to allow for me to continue to work on the Dirty Bubble building today. And I'm excited to work on the Dirty Bubble building today with all of you, and I hope that you all appreciate it. Hello, CMB. Welcome into the stream. Hi, CMB. Everybody say hi, CMB. So, CMB, you missed the tour of the Frutiger Aero building, but long story short, there are 2 new gardens. There's a garden on the bottom that's like a waterfall garden, and we also have an orchard on the top. There is also 2 new residents, Piplup and Primplup, who are living in one of the very few enclosed spaces in the building. The rest of the build is still very large and in charge. We're moving on. All right, so we did previously have Gudra and Gumi and Usligu living on the bottom level in this very space. However, and I do have a picture of Gudra and Gumi and all of them. Hold on. wide open spaces. And I posted this picture to my social media days ago, maybe on Thursday or Friday, the 26th, which was Friday. And I was showcasing the fact that Gudra is now available to live on my Pokopia. Gudra does live here. Gudra lives in that back space where all the trees were. Now, with that being said, I need to set up a space for Gudra and Gumi and Sliggoo to live. How am I going to do that? I'm going to actually probably block off this door a little bit. I'm going to give them a little bit of a wide open spaces. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put a door back here or something so that way they can actually enter this space. And then I'll cover some of this up. They're still going to be able to go around because it's never going to be fully enclosed. None of the spaces in the Dirty Bubble building are actually truly fully enclosed. And that's why a lot of these Pokemon are living like the way that this building is set up is that they live in environments. So here's the second floor of the Dirty Bubble building where the Gastrodons live. We have Western Gastrodon here living in what I assume to be some dirty grass underneath some dirty water. And we have the Eastern Gastrodon living here on some dirty mass in the dirty water. They really like their house. They actually thoroughly enjoy it. They're growing, what the hell is this? I think this is beans. I don't know what the bean plants look like, or actually the bean plants look like pea flower. I was gonna say, but they also kind of look like orchids. I've never seen the flowers on that plant, that's why I was gagged. On the third level of the Dirty Bubble building, we have the Shellos. The Shellos live up here. So we have the Eastern Shellos living here, which is actually interesting because the Eastern Shellos live on this side and the Western Shellos live on this side, just like the Eastern Gastrodon and the Western Gastrodons live on this side and this side in the same way. In the same way. I don't know if that's actually even represents anything, but if we go upwards, since it's like about 12:30 where I am right now, the sun actually rose in this direction. And I think it sets in this direction, so that would be east and that would be west. So it doesn't necessarily matter what direction that the Eastern Shellos and the Western Shellos live. It's just interesting that they live on the same sides of the building. Up on the last and final top level of the main residential space of the Dirty Bubble building, we have the Whooper and Clodsire residence. It's a little bit more rudimentary. There's not as much like constructed decoration, per se, but they do enjoy living up here. They do actually come up here and they do stay up here. They have been more active around the town than they previously were because they live closer towards the town center, which actually is nice. This is the first time I've actually been up here and seen that there's any kind of play to be received from their littering behavior. However, I am glad that I'm able to see it now. They both thoroughly love living up here. This is actually the reason that they have some of the things up here, like this little stage, is because when they were living over at the waterfall in the public space, they had a little stage as well. And they also benefit by being in proximity to the other Pokemon and the other things that the other Pokemon have in their homes as well, just like all these Pokemon do. So like Clodsire, for example, was thanking me the other day for having something that was in like Shellos' home or something like that. I don't exactly remember. On the top level of the Dirty Bubble building, just to kind of continue the tour, we have the garden space. This is the public/community garden where there's a developing farm space. There is a few aspear trees. They're sour. We have a few other things going on up here, flowers, trees, things like that. And here's the final residence of the Dirty Bubble building as of current. And this is where Gloom lives. You can see Gloom sleeping in the window. And if you come into the Gloom space, for some reason Mareep up here. Girl. Gloom is asleep. Right, I told her to take me to her house and she went running. Gloom lives in this top level. It's a little bit of a gardening space. Gloom is considered to be the landscaper, carpenter, and janitorial staff. The head of the landscaping, gardening, and janitorial staff for the Dirty Bubble building. And obviously, Gloom is sleeping on the job, so of course, it's going to be a Dirty Bubble building because Gloom is sleeping on the job. Also, all these Pokemon know how to use muddy water, except for fucking Gloom. Gloom sleeps on the top, she gardens the top, she minds her business, and she does what she has to do. Meanwhile, I'm actually the carpenter and the landscaper, but it's really whatever, girl. Who cares? And this place does not have a janitor because who's wiping this shit up? There's literally shit and pollution in the water. Anyway, so the objective for this building for today's stream is that we are going to build up Gudra, Gumi, and also Sliggoo's home. so that way they can come and actually occupy this wide open spaces. Right. With that being said, that is not the only thing that I've done today. Before we go and see about Gudra, Gumi, and Sligu, let's check out the shops and see if anybody's selling anything. Also, I'm going to check the chat. OMG Slowpoke, what happened? Are you going to use the SS Anne for anyone? Possibly. Possibly / probably, but not right now. Right now, nobody lives there. Palmont is right at work, making me some paint. I appreciate that. I put this right next to Palmo and Palmi's room because Palmo is the one who does like the crushing, but now Palmont and Palmo are going to be doing it together. We have Pichu coming over here to visit the cafe. Pichu actually lives over there in this building right here that I'm circling with my Magnemite in the distance at the Team Rocket hideout, along with Toxel and Dedenne and Pikachu. Although you can have Pikachu in this game as well. Pikachu lives over there. Can I help you? Oh my god. Girl, what? Thank you for your twigs and berries. I really appreciate it. Oh, 3 fresh carrots. Bye. So we've talked a lot about the Bleak Beach area. The Bleak Beach does have a lot of city plans, and I have posted recently. I have talked about recently my vision board for this Bleak Beach area specifically, and that's why it's been taking a lot of development. Is because it's going to call for me to do a lot of upward building in multiple different areas, not just one or the other. And so that's kind of why I've been working on this so much, is because I really wanted to get the Dirty Bubble building ready. I also wanted to get the Frutiger Aero building done up and running, and so that's why I was working on it over the weekend, because I knew I wanted to expand it, but I wasn't going to focus all my time on stream to do that, because sometimes doing things on stream is great because it is entertaining to the community. Hello everybody in the community. However, it takes up a lot of energy sometimes to be talking to y'all while I'm also trying to do it, and it slows me down. And I was doing that shit. I was watching The Handmaid's Tale, and then I finished The Handmaid's Tale, and I started watching The Testaments. I love The Testaments. I love The Handmaid's Tale. And I was enjoying the fuck out of The Testaments, and so I finished that, and then I started listening to podcasts, and then Damsel made me a mixtape playlist. She made me a playlist on Spotify, and I started listening to that. And so here we are. That's it. So let's go to the Sparkling Skylands. I want to show you all the building that I made for me in the Gardevoir line. I don't even know if Gallade is actually possible to have in this game. I believe it is, but I'm not sure. Your building of this beach has really inspired me, ... Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I do have two good other building projects. One of them has not really been completely high IQ. One of them has not been developed at all. The other one is the cutie building, but I might focus on other things while I'm planning out what I want the cutie building to look like. So this is actually the new house that I've developed. Get into it, girl. There's Curly. Here's one of the residents now. Say hello, Curlia. Ally! So this is the new building that I've created in the Sparkling Skylands to replace my previously hodgepodge of a house. It's cutesy or whatever. Ooh. It's mostly to accommodate for the Gardevoir line, though. Curlia and Ralts don't like this house as much as Gardevoir likes this house, but I built this for Gardevoir, no shade, because Gardevoir already previously lived with me. Curlia and Ralts did not. So this house is mostly developed for Gardevoir. She really enjoys it, and I really enjoy it too. It's like, there's antiques. It's very old-timey. It's almost kind of like Cabin in the Woods kind of tease, where it's there's some old-timey antique furniture here. We have some really interesting and lovely pieces. There's aspects of a library, gardening, things like that. We have a TV and stuff like that. There's some toys for Ralts and Curlia, but it's really kind of cutesy. It's really just very simple. I mean, it's simple, but it's really not simple. For me, that's kind of the reason why I don't necessarily always love the prefab buildings, where it's especially the ones that are creating a new space with inside of them in the game. It's very Tuscan. It's Tuscan. And that's because I don't like the prefab buildings, because I like to build a building first of all, but also because I think it adds so much character to the game when you are able to throw a building together the way that you see it happening. So it took me a few hours to make this. It was very easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. And now they live in here and they enjoy it here. See, she enjoys it here. She's literally looking at something and being like, oh, that's so nice. And literally Gardevoir can come over here and sell her wares whenever she likes to, because that's what Gardevoir does. She has the trading ability, just like a lot of other Pokemon do. And it looks like somebody's over here selling their wares as well. A lot of times it's Alakazam who comes over here, but right now it's Tyrogue. I forgot Tyrogue even lived out here. Tyrogue, you need to be living in the Withered Wastelands too. And he's selling Aspear berries. I might come back for those berries in another moment. However, now, so previously actually, Curlia and Ralts lived in this building right here. So we have this building right here that has like the backyard garden. Right here where they're growing wheat. And then we also, where nobody currently lives. They previously lived here, but now they live here with me in Gardevoir. And then we also have this building, which is where Froakie and Frogadier live. And then we also have Greninja living in the back. And and Greninja is living outside. Froakie and Frogadier are living inside. They get to sleep on the bed. It's very similar in essence to what I was saying about Palmy and Pomo, actually, where Palmy and Pomo got to live in the room, and then Palma is living in the cafe until there's an actual established build. It's kind of like sometimes you suffer a little bit so that your kids can actually have, like, you know, a little bit more of a livelihood than you do, because it's kind of your responsibility to take care of them. You have an an obligation. Recently, if you see right there, that little space with the Arcanine is actually me moving in Florigato, which is really cutesy. Florigato was nice. I only talked to him once, but he was nice when I talked to him. Anyway, I also built this building. It's nothing to scoff at. I moved over here, Trapinch, Vibrava, and Flygon. This is just a temporary living space for them, but it is a little bit closer to where they're actually going to live, because over here on this island right here that I'm circling with my Magnemite is where we're actually going to be putting the desert when I'm ready to put the desert over there. I'm going to be developing some kind of desert space, desert oasis for them to be living at, but we're not there yet, and so I'm not focused on it right now, so they're just kind of living up here. And they seem to enjoy it, but I haven't actually talked to them about it yet. You like your house? It's nice. I like how formal Vibrava is. Also, if you look here, literally Trapinch built himself a little, like, a little sand trap in the sandbox. And like, part of the reason I even actually started doing this is because in the Skylands, for me, a lot of the Pokemon were living in the fucking grass, girl. And I got tired of it. So here's a newly developed project that I'm also working on in the Skylands, that I'm probably gonna work on a lot off of stream. Is that I actually I got this building made, and this is also what they consider to be a prefab, because it's like, you know, it's prefabricated or whatever. But basically, like, I was going to build up some kind of like staircase on the side, so that way that the Pokemon who live up on the second level can get up to the second level, because I wasn't gonna put an elevator in there because I don't like the elevators that much, unless they're like for like a large build, like something like that building over there. And so somebody's gonna live on the bottom here, somebody's gonna live on the top here. My plan for buildings like this is that eventually, when I start doing them, that they're gonna be very colorful, that they're gonna be covered in grass and greenery and moss and stuff like that. They might be open concept for some Pokemon, especially Pokemon that fly, stuff like that. It's gonna be really cutesy, really free, really fancy. It's gonna be really fun. Right now, I'm still working on exactly what I want it to look like here, and also what I want it to feel like. Originally, when I was building this, I did have a plan to move Vulpix and Ninetales in there, so Vulpix and Ninetales right now live in the moss over here, but that wasn't actually what happened. I also did a little bit of demolition over here. Originally, I did have a plan to actually kind of like, originally I had a plan to where I was going to be like, okay, so this building here, I'm just going to redo it. I'm going to do it up, as opposed to like, tearing it down and building something else there. But I tore it down. I tore this one down. There was a building here. I tore it down, and then I put this here, and I saved all the things that I got from that building, and I'm using them for other builds, which is actually going to be really useful when I'm actually working on other homes. Same with this spot, where this one has been previously torn down, and a lot of these are going to be scrapped for parts. That way I can like continue to build on what I have by putting down new builds, which will actually give me so many more opportunities to have a lot of good pieces, items, and things like that. Honestly, if you really think about it, that's what, if you're playing Pokopia now and you have the opportunity to do that, that's what you should do with this building. When you have the opportunity to do it, this building is already kind of like, it is part of the story that they build this building the way that the building is built. And that's why I haven't come over here and like touched on it or talked about it at all, is because it's built up the way that it's built up for the reason that it's built up. And you can come and edit it if you would like to after you finish it or whatever. But to me, like, I thought about it and I was like, the way I was scrapping these fucking buildings for parts is the way that we need to be scrapping this building for parts, where it's like, it's cutesy or whatever, and it's a really cute building, but like, I really should have come through here and taken all the shit out of there before I let them build it up, because now it's built up, and if I take it out of there, it's not going to be the same. And there are some really cool fancy items that are here, but there were also cool fancy items that would have been replaced had I actually taken them out of there before I let them build it back up. So that's my Sparkling Skylands. And so things are developing here pretty slowly, but still slowly but surely for sure. Any interesting Pokemon that I've talked to or made happen recently? No, I don't think so. But it was a big deal that I even got that freaking building set up, because that building is the first, like, that's the first building in the area that I wanted to be residential. Like, I want that to be the I want that part of the island over there to be the neighborhood. And I also want this part of the island to also be the neighborhood. And I want this part of the island to be the town center, which is what it currently is, but I want it to be more functional as a town center for me and the Pokemon that live here. And so, that's the plan. We're not there yet. This is where Articuno lives. I don't know what I want to happen over here. I haven't decided yet. There are some things that need to happen. The thing about this area is that it is so big. We're gonna go back to the Bleak Beach now, because we don't really have anything else to talk about. Ooh, but I showed you all everything that I've been working on and a lot of the new developments, just so that when we see it, you're not like gagged, like, oh, what happened with this? Like, here we go. The Skylands is a lot. It's a lot, but that's why I was working on it, like, is because I needed to continue to develop on it, or else I was not going to, like, I need to work on it actively, or else I'm not going to do it at all. Which is also true for the Withered Wasteland, but we're not doing that today. Okay, so... Can I help you? Right, anyway. This berry right here is stuck on this tree. That's what I'm actually like doing. And that's the thing, these berry trees, they're so close together that the berries get stuck up there. I came for the lumberries because I want to make some green paint. I've been trying to get the Pokemon to make green paint, so that's what I've been doing. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all also, though, I was working a little bit on the apartment complex in the Rocky Ridges, but I didn't really make any major progress. I just kind of finished the outer shell. Look at this miniature tree. Why is it so tiny? This is cute. It's so cute. That is so cute. Okay, anyway. So clearly with the trees, I think like I'm kind of learning this as I go, but the trees, like, they sometimes if they're close together, the berries won't fall out of the trees. So you have to be very conscious about how far apart you make them when you actually like do your orchards or anything like that. Because like what I'm noticing is that these trees, even though they look like they're organized right now, like somewhat, not really, but like they're all close together right now, and so like some of the berries don't fall out unless you're like forcing them. Also, something else is that I really like the way that they kind of look like bushes when you plant them like a block lower, and I think it adds a little bit of visual interest to some of the like the little spaces that I'm creating when I put them down here like bushes. And I really enjoy that, even though it's kind of like a really fucking big bush. Anyway, that's a big bush. You shaved your bush. Anyway. Wide open spaces. The building reminds you of Jean Grey. Why? You're welcome, Pickled. You're welcome. What was that? A potato? A potato! Let's go to the Rocky Ridges and make some... Let's go to the Rocky Ridges, aka the paint factory, and give the girl something to paint. Something to crush, something to do. Everybody needs something to do. I was talking about the Charge-A-Bug building. Her signature uniform is green and yellow, and her telepathy visualized in the... is using pink. I see. A potato flew around my room before you came into the messy mail. And would you like me so far? Cause I've been thinking about forever. Oh. And would you not be both wide? Y'all get y'all's lives when I start stimming. Like, no, y'all get yours live. You get yours lives. Y'all get y'all's lives when I start stimming. Like, I get it. And would you not think so far ahead? Stop thinking about forever. Ooh. Ooh. I was gonna say something depreciating about my voice, but then I was like, I still sing better than most people without even warming up, so it's not that bad. Because your stimming is just, let's remind everyone in the room, I'm the best singer in the room! Help! That is not what I just did. That is not what I just did. Well, it kind of is, but like, that is what I did, but like, that's not what I did when I was stimming. Like, come on now. Rampardos and fucking Tyrantrum sucking each other off in the back of the fucking museum again. Here we go. I just came here to collect my paint and move on about my life, like... I didn't know that was a Sniffy's hotspot. Yeah, and you wouldn't know that because you took all of your you took all of the freaking fossils from and also took the building direction from this area and put it in your Withered Wasteland and made a new museum over there. Right, and you thought, because you thought you were safe. Right, and you thought you were safe. But this is basically all I did with this building. I told you I worked on it. I did work on it a little bit. Basically, all I did was put a roof on over here because I was tired of looking at this and there not being a roof. I still need to make like a million fucking windows to cover this bitch up. I also put like a fuck ton of grass up here and I don't feel bad about it. While we're here, let's go check the shop. Let's go do our big one, whatever. Honestly, no shame in your game, Milo. Think you did what you had to do. I get it. I hate when I finish a show, like I binge watched a show, and then I want to rewatch it immediately because like that's not healthy of me to do, but I will do it. I've done it before, and I'll do it again, honestly. Like if that's the only consistency going on in my fucking psychology, then that's what it has to be. Like. And you should make them cities. I mean, functionally, everything that I'm doing is also making my areas into cities. Like, the Bleak Beach is already the Bleak Beach already functioned as a small town, but it's like I'm making it into a more effective city by doing all the things that I've done. Like, I'm giving Pokemon a lot of spaces to live, but it's also consolidating that space so that I can continue to do things that are more aesthetic for my own pleasure, you know? And here, I'm doing the same thing where I'm making like large housing projects for all the Pokemon to live in so that they're not all stuck walking around on the grass. So I can do do anything else that I want to fucking do. It's very easy, very simple. While I'm here, let me put some shit in here. I don't need this, I don't need this, and I don't need this. Thank you. You will make them city. Oh, you're saying like you don't need to make them into like urban areas. I see what you mean. Because like this is never going to be like a strictly urban area, but I do want it to feel like somewhat like, you know, the girls aren't just living on the mountain and in the grass. I was thinking about the Jigglypuff area, and I don't know if I said this last time I thought about it, but I do think that I want to make the bottom part of this where I'm going to have like Igglybuff and, not Igglybuff, but Cleffa and Clefairy live. I'm not committed to doing that right now. Let's go check out the shop. Who's working here today? Crobat. Oh, it's Golem. Golem is never around. Get into a Golem. We all gotta have a little day job. Get into a girl. I see Golem all the time, but Golem is not like always around like that. The cave girlies are really taking it. Nobody's selling up here today. I also did make plans. I do want to make a small, like, little neighborhood over here for someone like the Dirt Digger. So I was gonna move like Marowak, Doug Trio, what is that big bitch? Excadrill, etc. Like over here, I'm gonna do a little small individual houses for all those Pokemon over here. So right now there's like plans for about a cute little like what is it, 8 houses, something like that, out here, but we're not there yet. This is gonna be a park, like a city park. Oh, the girls are out and about. Even fucking Magmortar is out. Magmortar doesn't even live over here. Magmortar lives in the back of the freaking Rocky Ridges apartments, in one of the luxury suites. Anyway, we're getting out of here. I did not have any intentions of staying today. I came to get my paint and I'm going. I mean, Milotic, what else are you going to do? Maybe instead of making them into cities, what you could do, because like I think part of the reason, based on how I see it, is it looks like when I was walking around your Withered Wasteland that you made the Withered Wasteland into a cityscape like that, because it was going to be the most ergonomic for you to getting all of the items that all the littering Pokemons were dropping, which makes sense. But what are they going to look like when you're not doing that? Or what if you gave them functional house spaces? What I don't like, the things, okay, so I've actually been watching a lot of TikToks about Pokopia recently too. What I like and what I don't like about it is that I like when people are making builds and they're really interesting, or when they're doing things that are a little bit unorthodox. Like I saw somebody the other day making that kind of like a little bit of like a fairy garden kind of thing, where they were like planting the trees partially underground, kind of similar to how I was doing it, and then they put water on top of it, and there was like flowers everywhere. Or like I've seen some people where it's like every part of like their little grassland areas and like the Withered Wasteland is flowers, and it's all the different kinds of flowers and all the moss and all different types of grasses and stuff, and it's really interesting. Although to me it's very cluttered. What I don't like is when people do the builds and then it looks like a My Littlest Pet Shop type setup that they got from fucking that they got from Toys R Us, and then like one Pokemon's living in there and it's a bunch of cluttered bullshit around their house. I don't like that. Pocopier. Hi, Sam. Like, you know what I'm saying about it? Like, I'm not trying to be shady. I get what people are doing. I get the vibe for them. And then that's their tea, that's their tea, that's their vibe, that's their vibe. No shade. But I don't like the feel of a My Littlest Pet Shop type build for a Pokemon house. Personally. To me. To me. To me. Okay, so first things that I would have to do if I wanted to build this up a little bit is I need to go and set some of this stuff down. A lot of this stuff is actually for the Frutiger Aero building, and a lot of it's not even going to be necessary for this build. So I'm just going to throw it in this little thing right here because I need some of this stuff for this build. So let's drop, like, I don't need any of this. I don't need the damage. Actually, the damaged stone flooring is an interesting touch, and we might use it. Probably not though, because I think that like it wouldn't make sense to have like stone floors in this build. Hardwood flooring, no. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thought shit. How are you doing, Sam? What is everybody up to today? I've been talking nonstop for the past hour about everything that I've been doing in Pokopia and about all my thoughts, all my feelings, and all my interests in Pokopia and everything else. Also, something else that I didn't say or that we didn't think about or that nobody has addressed is that there's no, like, plants. In the majority of the Dirty Bubble building, there's no plants. There's no flowers. There's no nothing. I need this. I think wooden ladders would be an interesting touch for that building, even if it's not necessarily something that I'm going to be focused on consistently forever. Also, another interesting thing about a Goodra has the trade ability, meaning that Goodra will set up shop in town, and so I could even put like a little bit of like a concierge desk in the front of the Dirty Bubble building, and Goodra will work it as a shop, and that would be really interesting to see. You're filling up your dailies in Overwatch and Redacted. What is Redacted? I will be parallel playing some Pokopia, period. Do I know? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, I'll definitely take this. I'll take this. I'll take the wooden siding. I probably won't use the wooden siding because I used a lot of that. I'll take this. I do need this. I'm gonna take this with me because I'm probably gonna use it. I really don't need the wooden pillars, but I'm taking like all this wooden stuff too. Oh, I'm definitely gonna take that with me. Bum bum ba-dum bum. I'm gonna take this. I really don't like this. I'm probably gonna use this, so I'm just gonna put this in here, and I'll put like 2 of these in here probably. I don't need any more moss. I have some extra farm soil sitting around. That'll be perfect to put some plants down in that bait. Well, let's use the bell tower music if I put like a playlist in. We'll leave it at that. What are you talking about? I'll put this in here. If you're talking about those Hoyo games, you took it really seriously that I didn't that I spoke any kind of disdain about the Hoyo games. I truthfully do not give a shit about anybody who's playing the Hoyo games or about the Hoyo games themselves. If that's what you're doing, that's your business. But don't act like I care, because I genuinely don't. I gotta say that now. I have to speak my truth. I feel like I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I don't think that any of these gigantic gaming companies that have made themselves into social institutions, including but not limited to the Pokemon Company, are without sin. Trust me on that. I personally, like, even if I were to become like a really big streamer who was actually like collaborating with big companies like the Pokemon Company or in any capacity, the reason why I don't even see that being foreseeable is for the same reason that you don't see a lot of your favorite creators collaborating with the Pokemon Company to the extent that they have to collaborate with other companies for. Like, now, big old Chansey, you know you could have came through the back of this building, girl. And if you can't, I'll help you. I said, if you can't, I'll help you. Anyway, oh my god, what the hell? I have the stairs. I know I have stairs. I do have stairs. 2 sets of stairs right here. She's selling lumberries, though. I'll put a door back here. Oh, I didn't take the big door with me. I'll put this back here then. It's not a wall torch, this is a torch. Okay, good. Get into it, Chansey, with your life. This is another area that I need to gentrify. The only Pokemon that live out here currently are Lapras and Chansey. I want that to be different. Like, I definitely want Happiny to live out here with Chansey somewhere. They don't have to live in the same space, but like, I want them to live out here. I have some other Pokemon that I want to live out here too. Like, but we're not there yet. We're here for, or we came out here for like some building items for the beach. The dirty bubble building. Ugh. Ba-ba-da-ba-bow. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bow. You belong to me. Every single take, every step you take, every move you make, every step you take, I'll be missing, or what is it? I'll be watching you. Get into a bitch. Can't you see? Anyway. Now you see, now you hear it. Remember how I was telling y'all that that song reminds me of Every Step You Take? That's what I'm talking about. Don't tell me I don't have any partitions on me. Because I know I have 2 wood partitions on me right now. I know I just picked those bitches up. I don't have 2, I have 21. Oh my god. Okay. And I only have 6 wooden posts. I can make some wooden posts. That's not a problem. It is so unbearably hot outside today. That reminds me, I forgot to turn on my fan. We got bigger rained activities than what's going on in Okay, I'm holding green paint. Okay, let's paint some things. Paint something for me. Not that. Actually, what I want you to paint for me right now is, these. Brown. Brown. I'm not gonna need 99. Let's do a cute little fit. Like, how about 50? These hoes are manifesting your downfall. Why? Or rather, how are they manifesting your downfall? Let's talk about that. And also, what are you gonna do about it? Let's talk about that too. I don't need 38 of these. How about 20? Ooh. Paint something for me, Smear Guru. I actually don't need these painted anymore because I've actually built everything that I needed to build with these. Which is actually true for these windows over here too. This is already painted, so I don't need any more of these painted. I think I'm good. Actually, I'm gonna have you paint me these hatch windows. One of these days, I'm gonna give Samir Guru a house. A lot of the girls need houses. Samir Guru needs a house. Tangrowth needs a house. The only Pokemon that's like a newly introduced Pokemon that doesn't come with the house already, like Moslax, that still needs a new home is or that has a home is Pikachu. Pikachu lives in a house. Pikachu lives in the Team Rocket hideout with her girls. Like, Tinkaton. She lives in a home. What is that home like? Girl, next question. Okay, I'll throw this here. This here. I need these for sure. I don't need this. I'll throw these here because I probably will be accessing them. I'll throw these down there. Is this literally only one hatch window that I got painted? Am I only carrying one hatch? Where are my hatch windows? Do I just not have any hatch windows? Move, bitch. Honestly, maybe we should move Spinnerack and Ariados to that other area. Hi, cat boy. Long time no see. I was thinking about you the other day. Welcome in. I hope you've been great. If not, I hope you're okay. I hope you're living through it. We'll do just that many for right now. Meow. Okay, period. That soothes my spirit, so I'm taking it as you're doing okay. Maybe, what I was saying is maybe I'll move Spinnerack and Ariados into the new building that I made in the Skylands, and they can live on the second floor or something like that. That would be kind of fun. I need some more spider webs for all that, though. But I'm probably going to be doing a Dream Island tonight anyway, and, like, clearing one out. Maybe I'll do one for the Skylands again or something. Because I did one for the Skylands recently, but honestly, the Skylands basically is a big Dream Island if you really want to get into it. Sam, you came up in here and told me that they're manifesting your downfall, but you never told me how. And now I'm deeply concerned. Y'all, I think they got to Sam. Does anybody have eyes on Sam for me, please? No, I'm fighting it. Their manifestations are strong, but my ancestors are stronger. Clock that Z. Overwatch. Yes. I just want to play Overwatch more. Milotic, I'm gonna DM you. I'm satisfied with this. Which reminds me, I need to come up here actually while we're thinking about it. While I'm thinking about it, and a lot of these, yeah, so this one also can. I kind of like this one though. We'll do it like this. I'm so sick of that same old love. Whoa. Okay, so fun fact about the Dirty Bubble building, they actually have all of these, the reason why the Dirty Bubble building is like so ventilated and all their, like all the windows and all the windows are like open and vented and air, like, and giving like so much aeration to the building is because the investors in the building were like, if we're gonna have all these stinky ass bitches up in here who only know how to use muddy water and ground tie moves, and nobody's gonna really be cleaning this bitch up, the least we can do is have some ventilation so that way the wood doesn't stink when we get them all out of here too. So that's the real tea. Alright, so this is going to be the area for Gumi, Gudra, and Sligu. And so what I need to do is I need to... Oh, not that. And then I'll do this. Okay. Okay, and so then we could do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And there's a mossy rest spot right here, I believe. Yes, and then it looks like there's another one right here, maybe. And so we're still gonna need a little bit of furniture, though. To make this Dirty Bubble house into a Dirty Bubble home. So let's put back down some of these, like, little amenities that they liked. Actually, is that what they prefer? Let's look. Lots of water, luxury, exercise, cleanliness, healing, sour flavors. Luxury, soft stuff, cleanliness, healing, sour flavors. Lots of nature, healing, sweet flavors. So they don't actually like a lot of these colors or like fruit-shaped furniture, etc. They like luxury. Which is actually fine because they had a lot of antiques and stuff in their other house. The house that they currently live in. And so we can literally just take the shit out of there. Even though, like, I'm gonna have to refurbish that house because that was already there when they moved in. I would rather go take some of that stuff. And so I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Go drop some of this crap. They actually really did like this house too. They really genuinely did. But it's probably because they had all the antiques in there. But I noticed that the dragon type specifically, like, either they like luxury stuff or they like a lot of fire. Possibly both. Let's put the C-dot lamp like right here-ish. Yes. Oh, we need to put some vines on this bitch too. I forgot. Let me in your world, you know what I spy. Boy, you're looking lonely, you know what, that's why I wanna be a lady, L-U-X-U-Y. You know what I want. If I could, if I could, if I could. I don't support Azealia Banks because she's crazy and she says a lot of crazy shit, although I also don't support anybody's anti-blackness against Azealia Banks either, for that matter. No shade. Broken's Expensive Taste did a lot for me. Actually, I used to have that on. I owned the CD of it, but I also I burned it onto a physical CD, and I played it in my car when I was learning how to drive and everything. I didn't own it. I think I bought it on I think I bought it on Apple Music or something like that. They like healing. What are the other healing items though? Is there any other healing items besides the medical kit? Because I feel like that's the only thing. Or did I make that up? Then what are those items? The humid in the medical kit? Ew. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to gonna have to go grab one of those things then. When Pokemon like cleanliness, though, you can always just throw it on a sink somewhere. And these Pokemon in particular that we are dealing with, they like cleanliness, healing, lots of nature, luxury, lots of water, and sweet flavors. Lots of water, luxury, soft stuff, cleanliness, healing, and sweet flavors. Lots of water, luxury, exercise, cleanliness, healing, and sour flavors. I noticed, though, that with the bigger Pokemon, a lot of times they don't care about stuff like that as much. Like, they're just gonna, like, be living somewhere and not care. They're more likely to, like, not give a shit. Hi, Darius. Thank you for 17 months in a row. Period. Yes, the story is so cutesy. I love this game. I guess I'll put the humidifier next to the bed. And I'll put the flowers... Well, yeah, that's fine. Do they really need a chic table? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna make sense for them to have a chic table. We're trying to make space for these Pokemon to live up in here. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I'm glad that you enjoyed it too, Darius. I did the story a long-ass time ago, but at least long-ass time ago in context. You know, the game has not actually been out for that long, but I did enjoy it. Let's see if we can get the stereo painted. Interestingly enough, I actually think out of all the Pokemon that I'm putting in this area, that the least aquatic Pokemon is probably Sliggoo and Goomy. And Goodra. I'm fine with that. What else am I gonna put in this hole? That I'm gonna put over here instead of over there. A berry table lamp, that's cute. I'll put that like literally right here. Yes. Is this a mud spa? This is a building that I'm, you know, in essence, it kind of is a mud spa. This is a building that I'm actually calling the Dirty Bubble building, or that's the joke that I've been making about it this entire time, in reference to the Dirty Bubble, which is a villainous character in SpongeBob, satirical villainous character in SpongeBob. It's basically for all the Pokemon that are like aquatic, but that are like, you know, ground type aquatic Pokemon especially, but that also includes Pokemon like Goomy, Goodra, and Sliggoo. So it's like a cute little space for all of them to kind of have a building. It's built to counter the essence of the Frutiger Aero building, which is like for like a lot of the cleaner, you know, blue, you know, very interesting beachy kind of Pokemon that also live out here. It takes on a kind of like a nautical essence to it as well. Is the humidifier customizable? I didn't think the humidifier was going to need to be a thing. The humidifier is not customizable, and that is okay. because neither is the berry lamp, and the berry lamp and the humidifier are the same colors. I didn't think that the humidifier needed to be a thing because there's water everywhere in this fucking building. But I'm going to put the humidifier in there because it's a healing item and they like the healing and that's going to benefit the Pokemon. But if I'm going to do that, then I need to do... I'm going to move this... It makes the room more humid, and also apparently the humidifier is good for the healing aspect of like the environment. So when Pokemon say that they like healing, that's what it's talking about. Which that's not the life that I was living, but hey, apparently. It's talking about like the humidity. They either like to live near the water or they like the humidifier in their house. When it talks about healing, it's the humidifier or it's the first aid kit. I just got access to that wall shelf and I don't know where it is. Girl, I must warn you. Never trust a big button smile. Where is it? What if it's in the miscellaneous? It's not, but you know what is? I'm gonna take this. That girl is poison. 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 I literally just got the recipe for this. The wall, I literally got it. I know I got it because I just saw it. I remember seeing it. Like, am I like passing it by in the thing? Or do I need to go to the computer? This. I don't have any money. Wall mounted. Yeah, give me like 3. I'm gonna take like maybe 4 of these brown. Let's do 6. Yep. I feel like that's gonna help me clear up so much space in these freaking builds. I never painted the radio. I feel like it's gonna be a nice little blend to go into the building with. The red and the brown. Perfect. We'll put it on a little thing. It'll be playing Aether Paradise. Perfect. No, I think it's Bell Tower. It's supposed to be playing the Bell Tower music in this build. Which is actually still perfect. Let me in. Okay. I need. Well, first of all, perfect. I'll throw that right there, and there you go. Humidifier. Humidifier. I'll throw another one, like, right here. And that's where this berry light is gonna go. That way it's not over here. Hey, Diva, sorry I'm late. I was looking last book of your stream. Did you manage Gudra or Tatsugiris? I do have Gudra. I also have the yellow Tatsugiri. How's the builds coming along? I was showing off the Frutiger Aero build earlier, and you're gonna have to see that because I expanded the building and I almost doubled it. It almost doubled in size, but I finished it, and I'm not gonna be showing it off anymore right now. But I do think that you would like it specifically, Roche. And then right now we're working on the Dirty Bubble building a little bit more. And this is the space where Gudra and Gumi and Sligu are all going to be living. And let me put my plate. I do have a plate on me. I know I do. And this plate goes here. This joint right here, it makes me wanna, woo, let it go. Can't let this thing called love get away from you. Hold on. You from me, we. I had a good week, I put in my hardest. Gotta live my life, I'm so glad that it's mine. Cause I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Hold on. Cause I like what I see when I'm looking at me and I'm walking past the mirror. Got my head on straight, I got my behind right, I'm gonna let you kill it. See, I wouldn't change my life's just fine, 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 fine. Whoa, fine, fine, fine. Oh, I'm fine, 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 fine. I wouldn't change my life's just fine. I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No matter what nobody has to say. Let it go. Hold on. Get this thing called love. We need more wooden posts, I think. Which I actually have. No, the wooden posts on the inside of the building are actually not painted. That's the T. And for this build, part of the build, in this particular home, they actually get the closed off space because they know, first of all, ain't nobody supposed to be coming up in here. Nobody. throw some of these up. We'll put these on like the top level. Just in certain spots, yep, just like that. Okay, I feel like we've made some really good progress, y'all. Let's put the berry chair over here, maybe. I literally saw Gumi sleeping on a berry chair yesterday. Also, this duckweed is so important to the culture. Like, just in case you didn't know, duckweed is so important to the culture of the Dirty Bubble building. Like, it is so important to the culture. Like, it truly is important to the girls. Like, we're not, like, living off the duckweed or nothing, but, like... Just throw another one right here. Well, I don't want to put too... It does, it enhances so much, and like adding plants period enhances the builds so much to me. Let's go down here and see if there's anything else that I could throw up in here. Actually, we don't necessarily have to have a door here because I really wanted there to be a counter. And we can't have a counter and a door because Gudra is very big and Gudra needs to work the counter, so... Yikes. I feel like we're almost there. We just like, but just by nature, we basically have to almost be there. Dash it on those up here, not down here. Let's do some wall hangings or something. We need a little bit of color up in that place too. I'll do one of these. Sorry, I'm getting like a bunch of Discord notifications and I just need to... Oh my goodness. Can y'all hear all those Discord notifications? Oh, you can. Hi, Rose. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Rose. I was getting very distracted. So basically, like, long story short, I was just getting Discord notifications and stuff. And so I was like, girl, let me go check and see what was going on. And then I was DMing Damsel back. And then, like, I got caught up. And now I'm here. I like this one for sure. Okay. You can always tell when Damsel just woke up because I'm getting a million DMs! Send help! Send help! Oh. Oh my God! Maybe we could just go get some of these items painted, because honestly, like, it's not that the items look bad, but girl, it's a little just like, it's a little dark in there. It's a little beige, like. The girls love a little mini bookcase or something. I know I have one of these lying around somewhere, but I can't tell you where. Okay, if Damsel comes up in here, everybody act cool. Right, exactly, exactly. See, y'all get the vision. Thank you. Oh, I'm absolutely going to be putting this antique chandelier up here, though. Hello? Put that over the bed, maybe? No, it's, like, not going to work here. I'll throw it, like, right here. There you go. That's pretty. Let's get these painted. I'm not committed to changing the color of, like, everything, but we'll get these items painted real quick before I, like, commit to moving them in here. But I do need to go summon those bitches. Okay, let's put the counter down here. Oh, if I'm gonna put the counter down, though, they're gonna need a wall. Like a door. They're gonna need a door. Right, exactly, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna need access into the building from the back. In some capacity. Honestly, I'm just gonna give them a little piece of stair, like... And I believe that they will go through that to get to their home. And we'll give them some roses here. They will water these roses. They will not grow the roses. And there's your register. Which is mostly supposed to be for, Miss Gudra. We'll get their items painted before we go talk to all the girls. I keep checking my notifs, no shade. That's why I turned the sound off. It's because it was killing me. I was checking my notifs because like I was just getting a bunch of notifications. Let's paint this first. So we can change the color and the pattern. Oh, yes. I'm not a huge fan of any of these colors or these patterns. But we could change it. We could make it into a dark purple. It looks like we could change 3 of the colors. We can make the wood lighter. I don't really want to paint the wood. And then we can, oh, with okay, period. Okay. Get a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. And I'll put all this paint up when I leave this area. Hi, Sublink! I was thinking about you earlier. I don't remember why. I think I was on TikTok. Who knows? Ooh, a light green. I don't like the light green. And what if I said I was coming over dressed in all Y2K for the Frutiger Aero party? Right, for the Frutiger Aero party! Exactly. You are being thought about, Sublink. Honestly, yes. We're just gonna do purple and white. I feel like that's okay. And I didn't paint the wood at all. So I can do purple for these. How are you doing, Sunblink? What is everybody up to? Anybody can answer that question. What are y'all up to? What are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? What is the vibe for the day? What did you eat for lunch? What's tea? Right now I'm working on the Dirty Bubble building, actually, Sublink, though. I'm not working on the Frutiger Aero building anymore. We're working on the Dirty Bubble building, and we're finishing up the bottom floor for the Gumi, Gudra, and Sligu of it all. I need to paint something else. Can I paint this? I'm gonna actually paint this probably black. Can I paint it black? I have black paint. No, I don't really like the black anyway. We'll do brown.
Strawberries, an apple, and a cheese sandwich, and a cookie.
Oh, that's very vegetarian of you.
Meow, 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 meow.
Right. Exactly. I got up early so I could do my laundry before work. Ooh. I hope your laundry's going well. The door, I don't know how I feel about the door. This door is kind of fuck ass. I'm not gonna hold you. This door is kind of fuck ass. Maybe we should put a gate here or something instead of a door. The gate already comes naturally brown, which means I'll just have to move this tree. I can honestly... There we go. And you got yourself some refreshment, period. Are you ready for your day at work? Your day, your shift, whatever it is for you. We'll throw this lace rug down. Well, he's so problematic. Okay, well. Well, we'll throw this lace rug down. Like I said, we will throw this lace rug down. I'm gonna put this antique chest right here, back where it was. And I will put the antique chair right here, back where it was, and right here, back where it was. The purple really does add a little bit of dimension to the room in a way that I really enjoy. We'll put the menu board out here somewhere. Just so everybody knows what Gudra is selling for the day. Oh, that's perfect, actually. That's perfect. We'll put some of this up here. I hope that didn't ruin anything. It did not, actually. Yes and no, because I hate this place sometimes and my hours got cut, so I actually even out early. Bad news, but also thank the gods I hate being here at 8. Well, good. I'm not gonna hold you. I actually kind of hate the way that this little music thing, what is this called? The radio looks, but I don't care. I'll put this here. It's mostly decorated in here. This poster is really petite. I think we're ready for our new arrivals. I should get like a miniature nest bed or something and put it down somewhere maybe. Well, they'll have some space. It's just like there's a few relaxation items in here. There will be plenty of space for them. I still need to go get this though, which also calls for me to do this. I hate to do it. It must be said. Which is honestly, it's not a problem though. It's just kind of like they need to have access to get into the fucking room. It's like the back door, basically. Okay. Oh, this is cutesy. I'll put that in there. Let's go summon them. I'll throw that in there as my last act before I like ditch this build. The way I said I was gonna put this paint away and I didn't. Also, these things also add humidity to a build as well. Though this thing, well, the water basin or whatever, I don't know what it's called, but oh, Meryl just got her life. She said, "Yes, bitch, twirl," and that's what I did, and I'll do it again. You'll get to see Gudra in action. She moves a lot. Like, she's so wiggly. Especially when you talk to her. It's more when you talk to her than anything. I need to work on the public infrastructure out here, but we're not there yet. That's going to be the next thing that I do today. But that's after I move them into this build, and also I need to go to the bathroom a bit, whatever. Yeah, they're not going into this door. They're going in through the back, which I need to place a gate at. I too am a purple blob monster, actually. Fun fact. That's so cute. Where the rest of yous? Oh, they just came into the door. Hey, Gumi. The working the register. Okay, no, I'm turned around. Let's cut the water. Give me 2 seconds. Hello? Okay, let me continue doing what I was doing. I was trying to clear the water so that I could make the habitats they need to actually live in this bitch. Oh my goodness. So now they can live here. Everybody and their mama is coming up in this house. So Gudra must live here. Gudra lives at the plate and the thing. Where is Gumi? No, Sligu. Fidget trading, real. I had to do so much just to get this waterfall out the way because it was the only source of water in that freaking house. It was actually not the primary source of water in that house. There we go. Okay, that means there's a block right here. And the way the water is moving is telling me that there's also a block right here. There's also a tree in my way. So Goo will make her way over here. We've got other things to do. Sorry, I had a call. My mom was calling me because she was saying that she was asking me a question. Which she was. Like, I don't know why I said that way. She's actually gonna tell me what she was asking me about, but that's not your business. That was definitely a wooden wall, which is here. There we go. Girl. No, I want you to live over here. I don't really want anybody to live at the working register, to be honest with you. Okay, let there be water. Okay, now Gumi works here. Now Gumi is doing their big one. Sagu is doing their big one. Gudra is also doing their big one. They're all living here in harmony, in happiness and health with each other, and doing their big one in harmony and happiness and health with each other. There we go. Okay, there are two things that I needed to do here. There are two unknown facts about the Dirty Bubble Building bottom floor dwellers, Gumi and Sagu, that nobody knows. And in this video, here you go. Okay, there you go, and there you go. No, and there you go, and that's it. And that is the Dirty Bubble Building completed. That is the Dirty Bubble Building completed. This build is fucking done. There are inhabitants in all four main levels of the build. We have Gloom living on the top. We have Gumi, Sligu, and Gudra living on the bottom level. I need to add some windows to the back. Right back. Hey! Which I can go get or make right now. I have another Discord notification, but I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm probably going to check that when I'm going to the bathroom, because why else would I check it right now? I'm going to make one of these. Y'all better come get you one of these. It's a Dirty Bubble Building. Now what if I just popped it? Right. So we're gonna put a windows right here. Not these windows. These windows don't go here. These windows are for the Frutiger Aero building. The Dirty Bubble Building serves Pokemon that can't live in the Frutiger Aero building. So here we have the dirt here. So let's do a mini tour. Okay, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, so recently I've been working on the Dirty Bubble Building, as I call it, in the Bleak Beach area of my Pokopia. And in that area, there are a lot of Pokemon that live here. As I've been describing it to my community, it's basically any Pokemon that can use the move or learn the move Muddy Water. So when you enter into the building, the first thing that you actually see is the Gudra family living behind the counter. Gudra is the superintendent of the building, and she actually works the front desks, and she sells amenities for the local Pokemon who enjoy the building and also live here. There's also, you can see a part of the public display. There is a continual waterfall that goes down the entire building, among other things. If you go back beyond Gudra's little counter, you can actually see the Gudra household here. They have multiple things in here. It's a very elegant household because Gudra is a very elegant lady. And it's very elegant. There are some berry motifs going on. It's very colorful, but it's also light and bright. And yet at the same time, it's also a little bit dirty, bubbly, and nasty because it is the Dirty Bubble Building. When we go up to the second floor, we're actually going to be going to the Gastrodon residence. Both of the Gastrodons live here. The Eastern and the Western Gastrodons both live here. We have the Eastern Gastrodon living here, that's the pink one, and we have the Western Gastrodon living on the opposite side. They both really also enjoy this build. They do live here. They really are really happy to live on the second floor in this apartment, and I am happy to have them here as well. Every item that you see placed in this apartment is actually dedicated specifically to the Gastrodons, because this entire floor is dedicated to those two Pokemon, even though their main residences are actually towards the back of the apartment. With that being said, they also have a connection to the ongoing waterfall that we see that's actually coming from the top floor. Beyond that, if you go up one more level, you will actually see the relatives of the Gastrodon family, and that is the Shellos family. I don't know if any of them are home, but I did see some of them walking around earlier. We have Eastern Shellos living right here, and Western Shellos living in the same corner, similarly to how we have the Gastrodons. Their house is a little bit more bright and bubbly. with more of a focus on like enjoyable things, toys, colors, things like that. It's a little bit more juvenile, and they really also do enjoy it. I have some really cute pictures of them sleeping on this little pop art couch with each other, and it's really cutesy, and I really am happy. I'm so happy to see them enjoying this space, and especially in the nighttime. I've come here and I've spent a lot of time here since I started building this build. After that, we come to the top level. This is the fourth. Oh, the elevator is moving. This is the fourth level of the Dirty Bubble building, and this is dedicated to Haldean Whooper and Clodsire. Clodsire lives over here in this corner, and Paldean Whooper lives like right here, I think. They're over here. This is actually a great way for me to have them living here and for me to be able to collect the squishy clay. Clodsire scared me because I didn't realize that they were coming up here and they were moving, and I was like, why is the earth moving? And so they live up here on the top level. After this level, I mean, this is a very basic and rudimentary space for them, but I feel like it does reflect kind of like, you know, their ground earth dwelling kind of existence. After that, we go to the top floor, which is actually the rooftop level. And once you're on the rooftop level, you can actually see the garden space. This is a garden area for the Pokemon that live in the Dirty Bubble building. Right now we have a community garden, a community farm of sorts that they're actually enjoying with and for each other. And there are some other things going on, like we have the community trees. This is a little habitat, a park bench habitat. You can also see the ongoing, what would you call this? The fire escape, as I'm calling it. Which I've built with these little partitions as well as the little decks that I've dyed. Everything is painted around here in the Dirty Bubble building. On the top of this level, we actually have this small apartment for specifically Gloom. Gloom is the custodial and Gloom is the head of the custodial staff as well as the head of the gardening club here at the Dirty Bubble building, and so she gets her own private apartment at the top with this lovely view of the bleak beach. Eventually, I do plan on having some kind of what I would like to call arts district here in the bleak beach, and it's going to be in this area. But for right now, it's pretty barren because this is one of the very many builds that I've actually established here. Now let's take a little bit of a glance at the fire escapes. So on all the fire escapes, we just have a little bit of like customized spaces for all the Pokemon to enjoy if they want to spend any time outside and do things like that. I have seen like Shellos and a few of the other local Pokemon, even Pokemon that don't live in this area, running up and down the loft space that is the fire escape here and there. They really do enjoy these areas, and I think it's really a really fun touch to the build to have a fire escape, especially when I want this area of my bleak beach to be more of a cityscape in the future. If you look back here, we have some public seating and things like that, just to kind of keep us a little bit attached to nature here. I really do enjoy this build, and I'm happy that it's finally done because it's taken me over a week to do. I think I've been working on this for a good 2 weeks, if not possibly longer. And it's been like an ongoing on and off kind of situation. Also, my favorite part of this is probably this area, specifically because Goodra is able to sell her wares here in the front, which is good for Goodra and also good for me. And if you see here, she's actually having a conversation with Gumi. It looks like Gumi got into a little bit of trouble, and Goodra is like, I'm over here working this shop so we can pay our bills, and meanwhile you're telling me all this and all that. Goodra is a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter, she is a survivor. I'm gonna go set some rugs down in the front areas here, but that's basically the entire Dirty Bubble building. And leave a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed the Dirty Bubble building! Yes! I will throw that rug right here, maybe? Yes, okay. Actually, Goodra does have 2 jobs. She sells her wares in the front of the building, but she's also the superintendent of the building, meaning that she's like managing everybody as far as like keeping the building up and stuff like that. So it makes sense to say she is a single mom who is working 2 jobs. For this area, I think I'm gonna put a lace rug just because it's a little bit more like whimsical for the girls, something cute for the kids. And then there's already a rug right here. Perfect. I'm fine with that. I really don't care. Actually, I don't want that here. How about that? How about that, actually? I don't want that here. So... And that's the Dirty Bubble building! It is what it is. I like it for what it is. I want to still add some like little vines and plants around the outside of it just to kind of give it a more natural feel, especially considering what it's made of. And there's so much ventilation and water flowing through it. It makes sense to kind of like put some like ventilation and stuff on the outside of it. Also, I think it's really interesting how this is full of like water / non-water but water related types here, and then this is full of like very pure and clean water types, and it has fresh water running through the entire thing. And then this one is full of like the polluted water and like the non-water types that are kind of water types but not really kind of water types are living here. It's very, very like, you know, exactly. Gloom is environmental services. Yes, both Shelloths are in the game and both Gastrodons are in the game currently. Oh, I needed that big sip. Yeah, so this area actually, at some point I am going to actually be kind of establishing some kind of wall or fence system around the downtown area just to make it feel a little bit more closed off. But right now, we're not doing that. Are they friends or enemies? They literally live together. You want to see the picture that I took of the two Shelloths? Literally they're sleeping in this picture, they're sleeping in the bed together. And then I have another picture of them, and they're sleeping on that pop art sofa together right here. And Claude Slayer is spending the night. They're heavily invested in each other's lives. They are not biologically related. In my headcanon, the Gastrodons are related in some capacity. Like, there is, like, a relationship between them. But, the Shelloths, like, the Gastrodons pay for both apartments, and they have the kids live in one apartment while they live in another apartment, which is very, like, you know, it's very inner city, very, like, you know, if we have the money to do it, we could do it. That way that they can have their own space, they have their own bedrooms, and I just go check on them when I need to, kind of thing. I thought that pot over there was Bloom's little flower. I was like, why is Bloom in the kitchen? The buildings, the Dirty Bubble building and the Frutiger Aero building? No. I think that they do share some investors because there are people who are invested. There are entities who are invested specifically in the development of the downtown area of My Bleak Beach. But, girl, this... Pama and Mareep sitting in a hot tub together, girl. We're all about to get shocked and electrocuted. Rest in peace, poor chick. She's about to be a fried chicken up in there. A fried chicken nugget. I don't even know why she's hanging out over here. Because a lot of these fire types don't even get in the water. Oh, Torchic is hanging out with Wingull. I didn't even see Wingull on the floor. I think there are some investors who are invested in both sides. And actually, if you want to get into it, technically, including Gloom, there is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Pokemon living in the Dirty Bubble building, while there are only 8 Pokemon that live in the Frutiger Aero building. And the Frutiger Aero building is it's like 3 times the width of the Dirty Bubble building. Even though the Dirty Bubble building has two more floors than the Frutiger Aero building, because the Frutiger Aero building has 3, the Dirty Bubble building technically has 4 floors and an additional subfloor on the top where Gloom lives. So it's kind of giving like the Dirty Bubble building is like the affordable housing for the Pokemon that are kind of like more disenfranchised, while the Frutiger Aero building is kind of like the nice like gentrified area right next door. How much are said investors paying you? That is between me and my accountant. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your questions. At this time, the Aero building is so cute. Thank you. You'll have to watch back. I did a full tour of the Frutiger Aero building after I like reset it because I did a lot of work on it to make it like built up better. But yeah, anyway, I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back. We're gonna play some music. Coconut water, coconut water.
Coconut.
What is that one song I want to hear? Okay, that's good. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Finally, finally. Okay, I got... There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Girl, tell me about it. Oh my god, I don't like a lot of Cardi B songs. I like some Cardi B songs, and that was a really good Cardi B song to me. Yes, I had a lovely, lovely little break. I'm on day 2 of my slick back routine. Long story short, I'm gelling my hair back to keep it up. And today I have it in like a cute like at-home slick back bun, meaning I really didn't do very much to it, but like that gel is really sticking now. Perfect, perfect. My master plan is working. Which is good because it means that my hair is going to be more manageable for the next few days while I keep it like this. I don't know why Gumi is over here. Girl, you are so far away from home. Gumi is inner city girly. Okay, let's throw some of this shit away. We actually just need to put it up, but I was actually coming over here because I need some of these. Y'all better come and get you one of these. Some of those little simple flooring so that I can dye them green. I don't need a lot of this stuff anymore, though. Is there anywhere where I could throw that? I think for me, the build is mostly done. I might come through there and like do a little bit more of like oh, I could put a plant here, or I could do a thing here, or whatever, but I'm not, like, gonna stress myself out about it right now, because I want to focus on other things. For example, like, manifesting a freaking Pikachu in this playthrough. So I'm putting a lot of that stuff away. I actually need to get these out here. I need this. There was a reason why I don't have a Pikachu in this playthrough. I just don't remember what it is. Paint these windows for me. Now that the Frutiger Aero is done, paint these windows for me, please. I'm probably going to keep some of those white windows, though, because I'm going to expand that room where the trees are at some point, but I'm not doing that right now. Actually, and that's the other thing, it's probably also why I'm, like, out of, bitch, fuck this. Oh, my God. I'm out of, that's probably also why I'm out of green paint, though, because I was using the green paint to build the other building over there. What is that one called? The Charge-a-Bug building or whatever, which Charge-a-Bug is going to live in. I just need some of these. I need them to be green, though, but I don't have any green because I put it all away. Well, let it all go. Leave a 1 in the chat if you're letting it all go. We'll just do 1 stack. And I'll put my paint away. I do need some more, like some of these blocks and stuff I do need some more of, but we're not there yet. So it's not like a huge point of concern because like we still gotta move in some Pokemon this level and in the bottom level. And I don't know who I want to be on the bottom level or on this in this build at all. I was thinking maybe Raichu could live down here at the bottom level. I haven't decided. Or rather, I'm not committed to it in any capacity. Or maybe nobody's going to live on the bottom level here. Because it would make sense for there not to be anybody specifically living down here. But I don't know exactly what I want that to look like. I just know that there's the bottom level. You know what I mean? Or like I could also make like a second entrance, maybe like here. And have this second entrance be where you access like the elevator to go up the levels. And then like there's like an apartment here that they can also enter into. Something like that. I haven't decided. Anyway, let's look for Pikachu. Because I know that I have a thing. This one, it needs a... Pikachu lives at the picnic set, which I had Pichu at. I need to make a picnic set for Pikachu. And I'm going to put that out here. Is that the picnic set over there? That's something over there. And that item is here. I need another stool for it, but this can be the picnic set. I feel like I would not believe you if you told me that there was no stools in here in any of the stores out of all the crap that I have. There's 2 stools here. I mean, this picnic set does not need to literally be out here, like all the way out here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this area. I think I do want to build this area up too and kind of make this more like the shopping area as well. Because there's a lot of Pokemon out here, like both of the Gastrodons. Both of the Gastrodons have the trade ability. It's like so many Pokemon have the trade ability, actually. It doesn't seem like it's a lot when you're actually looking for them to trade stuff or when you're going somewhere for a Pokemon to trade with you. But so many Pokemon have the trade ability. Let's find it. It's right here. See, and even even if we just took it to this area, that's 12 Pokemon. Over 12, that's 14, 10, no, that's 12, 10, 11 Pokemon, right? That's 11 Pokemon. And that doesn't include the fact that there are going to be multiple Tatsugiris out here, because there's already 2 Tatsugiris, and there's going to be multiple Gastrodons, and there's already two Gastrodons. So, and the Tatsugiris are not going to be living in the area that they currently live in either. They're probably going to be moving over to like the more central part of town at some point. Actually, so maybe that would be perfect for them, is to kind of live over here nearby, over in this area somewhere. Zorark and Zorua are moving out of this area. But even if we take like a general glance at all of the Pokemon that have the trade ability right now, some of them, I don't think any of these Pokemon are particularly moving out here. I do think I was going to move Jolteon out here, and I was probably going to move Vaporeon out here, at least for now, when I got Jolteon and Vaporeon, but I don't even have Jolteon and Vaporeon. But it looks like only Glaceon has the trade ability anyway. Because, like, I have the other evolutions and they are not trading like that. Eevee does, but the other ones don't. Who else? So anyway, wait, you can find more than one of each Pokemon? No, there are 3 different versions of Tatsugiri, though, and the 3 different versions are all available in the game. There are 2 different versions of Gastrodon, and both of the versions of Gastrodon are also in the game. Now let me set up this picnic table for Pikachu. Am I gonna find Pikachu in this, I have to put it in, the Pallet Town. Good thing I checked, because I was not gonna remember that. Ironically, though, Raichu does not have the trade ability, and yet Raichu can be summoned at the outdoor, like, shopping area thing. That whatever one that is that like has a tree and a rock next to it, like that's how you get Raichu. But Raichu's not a trading Pokemon. Hi, Gooey. Oh, okay. I think the game is picking up that I like them. I like the Lumberries. It's not even that I like the Lumberries, it's just that I need Lumberries, because I've been needing a lot of green paint recently, because for the Dirty Bubble building I needed the green paint, for this new building I need green paint, so I've been buying a lot of them. Move! I'm trying to... Is this only for one piece of fence? Anyway, oh, so you're asking me, do I think that a Pekka berry would taste like a peach? Do I think a Leppa berry would taste like an apple? Probably. Something similar to that. But I think in the game, like, you know, for example, the tomato berry, which is just a tomato, like it's based on the tomato. It's spicy, but tomatoes themselves are actually more acidic, so they would actually be more sweet and sour. Because they're like acidic fruits, basically. Cramorant is never inside of her house. You go up to Cramorant's house and she's never in there. She's walking the streets, honey. It's a nice little home. Not too much. And by walking the streets, I mean she's sleeping on a bed next to her house. No shiny today? I'm sorry, Gooey. I'm sorry, Gooey. I'm sorry. Maybe, Gooey, you can try your luck with the redeems. A photo op is happening. Where? That reminds me. Inside the house. Okay, let me go in. Why are y'all all up in here like this? What is going on? Y'all are all watching Evie make a dirt mound in the corner? That's a litter box, bitch, please. I mean, 2 of them live here, but... And somehow, by nature of appearance, I can't imagine, I can't imagine don't taste a little different, like nap berries being a pink banana, yeah. But if anything, a nab berry probably tastes like, a nab probably tastes more like one of those, like, mini bananas. Than it would, like, a banana that we eat, that we're accustomed to here, like, in the US, anyway. So if Pikachu and Raichu are going to live in this building, but Pichu's going to live over here still, the Pommy, Pomo, and Pomade of it all are going to live over there at that cafe. I know I want to move Charjabug and Grub in here, but I want to leave the bottom floor more localized. Let's check the actual Pokédex. You can't check for type, but you can check by... Honestly, just at a glance. At a glance. We have those 2 Pokemon that are going to be moving in here. We have Mareep and Flaffy are not going to be staying. Rotom would be a good addition to this area, although I don't know if I want to move Rotom from where he currently lives. Although I think in the future Rotom could live in this building, and it would make a lot of sense for Rotom to live in this building. I'm not committing myself to that. A Cool Ranch Dorito. Honestly, it would make sense for the Metong line to live here as well, but I'm not going to move them out of their area. Dedenne is staying where Dedenne lives. Jolteon will probably be living here. How do I get Jolteon? Electrifying produce. Fried potatoes. How do you get fried potatoes? I know I'm gonna put Raikou here, and I think that's gonna be it. So I probably only really need like one or 2 new levels. I know I'm gonna move Kilowattrel here too. Oh, but also Voltorb and Electrode, and I'm trying to manifest Electrode here any day now. Just taking a long ass time to make it happen. So I think maybe 2 new levels. Oh, maybe Voltorb and Electrode could be the Pokemon who live on the bottom floor. I know I have Voltorb already, but I want to move Electrode over here too. I was thinking about putting the abandoned power plant over here. The only problem with that is that I would need to move that generator, the incinerator over here, and I would need to build like an actual like, I would need to heavily invest time and energy into building a platform for the thing. What is it called? The abandoned power plant. And I don't know if I'm committing myself to that. Also, I don't want it to be an eyesore because even though it's going to be over here and from over there, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. You can still see the silhouette of what else is going on in the town, even from over here. Like you can still see the majority. Like if I'm on the ground level and I'm over here walking on the boardwalk, I can still see, even if there are houses there, which I don't know if I'm going to commit myself to building houses there either, possibly, but you can still see what's going on over there. That's just going to be a very big white eyesore. The abandoned power plant, but I didn't really know if I wanted to put it in the mountains still. But if I do put it anywhere out here, so far it's still going to be in the mountains, probably over there somewhere. In that corner. And then over there is going to be the... Anyway, what am I here for? What was I made for? Inside, I don't know how to feel. I know I need these. Let's gather resources to continue building up that the green electric type building. That's not going to be finished today, but I'm going to continue looking for resources for it, and then I'm probably going to call it there. I don't know if I'm going to work on it today, though. That's the last thing I'm probably going to freaking do. Ah! I don't know if I can build those blocks. Look. I cannot currently build the blocks that I've been using to make this, like for the facade of that green building. But if I was going to be able to buy them anywhere, it would literally be here, and I don't have the freaking... Oh my god. And I don't have the finances. Okay, I need to gather leaves, and I need to generate electricity. Yeah, see, I need the neon flooring recipe. It's literally right here. It's like right in front of my face today. Kilowattrel, where are you? No, it's not Kilowattrel. Wattrel, where are you? Come here. Wattrel is so cute! Unsung hero of Paldea. Oh, these are all these streetlights are lit. I'm saying. Oh, but they're only partially lit up here because the Watchful literally lives up here. And probably lights them on her own time. But hit this hoe. For me. Bye, twin. Nice to see you. Is this where you live? This whole time? Anyway. I will mind my business. I really went up to, Dracolope's area and was like, you live like this? All right. Yes. What else I was going to do is go check on Jolteon, like what's the progress for Jolteon in my pallet town before I get off of here. Oh my god. And then I think I'm going to be done. We're almost done here for today. I hope that y'all really enjoyed the Dirty Bubble, though. And I also hope that y'all really enjoyed the Frutiger Aero building, because I'm excited to move on to new projects, bigger and better. I'm still going to be working a little bit on, like, decorating the Dirty Bubble, but, like, the entire outside of it is done, and all the residents who are planned to live there are currently living there. Y'all! Oh!
This place looks really comfy.
Oh!
Oh, hi, nice to meet you. This is my first time in this area, but it looks like an awesome place to live.
Okay, I've got a great idea. Let's tap our tails together so we'll always remember this moment and we became friends. Huh? Oh. I just noticed that you don't actually have a tail. Whoops. But you're still my friend from now on. Tail or no tail. Messy boots.
Number 79, Pikachu. The mouse Pokemon. Pikachu that can generate powerful electricity have cheek sacs that are extra soft and super stretchy. Pikachu, the mouse Pokemon.
We are going to be moving Pikachu to the Bleak Beach immediately. Come with me. Hi, Pero. Let's check on... Okay, so we get shaved ice by making it easier to get around. So what they're saying is basically that I need to make some of those little, like, trolley things or whatever to do that. Power machines with electricity. Machines? Set up lots of electric machines and okay. And that's how you get the fried potatoes. Okay, well, I can probably do one of those things right now. I don't think that I have enough to make the pulley system or whatever right now. I do, actually. I literally have enough to make 4. I need, like, Oh, I need more iron to make any more, yes. Come on, Pikachu. In the meantime... Right, no, Pikachu cannot sleep for 2 seconds. Mind you, no. Actually, that's the truth. Okay, so let's make like a little... Let's do some pulleys here. Just really quickly. Quaintly. Fine with that. And that's how we're gonna get Glaceon, which is not really my priority today anyway. Pikachu is in the water! Come on, what are you doing? The way he's still trying to follow me by going through the water, I'm gonna let him figure that out. We'll go collect him later, I guess. Canonically, Pikachu seem to be pretty good swimmers, though, because they swim in the water without any help. Like in Pokemon games. Let's just drop one, like, right here, maybe. Oh, it took me all to get all the way over here for you to say that you have a problem following me. Okay, let's drop this one right here. I bet those Pokemon are about to be taking some journeys, though, now that they can reach the other islands. Because, like, on the map, now all the islands are connected except for this one to the front one. I want to go up in there. Let's go eat some. Do I have any more? I don't have any more cooked food. Oh. I don't know if I've been up in here before. Maybe? I don't recall. Yeah, so I just need like one more over here. For, Miss Glaceon. And I know it does not have to be like that, like specific, where it has to be like between all the islands and stuff, but it just basically says we have to like drop them. Anyway, yeah, we're not gonna get Jolteon or Glaceon today anyway. Let's get Pikachu back over here, but now I'm worried. Somebody send out the search party. Come on, twin. Heading out with my bestie! Usually with Pokemon, I've been trying to put them in places that are like they're local to. Pikachu, actually, specifically, I believe the only place that you can get Pikachu in like the Generation 1 games is specifically in a Viridian Forest. But we're nowhere near Viridian Forest. Geographically, though, speaking, it makes sense that they're in, like, Pallet Town, because that's the closest to Viridian Forest. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go put up a picnic over here behind their little apartment that they're about to live in.
Cute little invasive species.
Well. I'm sure he's not gonna love this, but right now, but it's just gonna be okay. What are Pikachu's actual preferences? We should start there. Oh, we could put food in here? Sure. Electronics, glass stuff, group activities, round stuff, rides, and sour flavors. I don't know what it means by rides, probably the bicycle. The rest of that stuff is going to be easy to do, especially because this building already has electronics and glass in it. Among other things. Who's she waving at? Oh, Toxel. That's your neighbor. Yeah, so this is going to be like the little electric-type community center space over here. That's the water-type community center space over here, and the Frutiger Aero, the gigantic Frutiger Aero building, and the Dirty Bubble building right here is kind of like the non-water type coalition type vibe. It's really tea. It's really tea. Let's take a picture for the thumbnail and let's get out of here for today. And make sure this is good. Tea. What I actually want to do is I want to get a picture with Goodra, if I can. Goodra's in here. Let me in! Let me in! Oh my god! Oh my god! Let me in the building! I don't know why Golduck is right here. Bitch, can you go home? Right. I really don't want to. I don't want to mess with Goodra. But like a picture. Well, oh no, I'm gonna mess with Goodra because I want a picture with Goodra and I want a picture with Empoleon. Empoleon, come home. The kids miss you. So what I'm going to do is take a picture with these two in front of their buildings. Empoleon is one of the investors, but also Empoleon pays rent, so who cares, right? Okay, you can come right here. And look, isn't that a lovely picture? If I don't fuck it up. Can I help you? This is cute. This is also cute. Gudra's getting her life, but neither of these... She has her eyes closed in both of these pictures. Come back up here. I guess we're gonna get Gloom in the picture too, because she is not moving. Giving family photo low key. Let me get up here. Wait, why do they all clock T? Hold on! Empoleon! All right. Palma, look alive. Everybody's here now. Shit, I fucked it up. Palma's not gonna be in the picture. That's okay. Okay. Let me focus. Oh, come back over here. Okay, that's the picture. Bye, everyone. Bye, y'all. Thank you for coming to my stream. You're awesome. Your icons. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. I appreciate you all for being here. We're not gonna raid you. We're just gonna play some music and get out of here. Bye. 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 How about this song?